There is nothing to prepare us for a day like today. There is no blueprint or roadmap that guides us on how we should act, what we should say, or how we should feel. I choose to celebrate Calvin by sharing a memory. I had the privilege of being Calvin's commander at Zone 1 on the north side. One of the many things I like to do is meet with the new officers as they are assigned to the zone. During my meeting with Calvin, we chatted about his prior police work in Braddock and at Point Park University and about growing up in the city of Pittsburgh. One question I always ask during this meeting is, why do you want to be a police officer? When I posed that question to Calvin, a big smile came across his face, and without hesitation, he said, to make a difference in the community. As a commander, that is what you want to hear. But more importantly, I was pleased to see his actions matched his words. Over the next few months, Calvin approached me several times, seeking opportunities that could provide him greater access to the community. During those conversations, Calvin impressed me with his ability to relate to people, his positive attitude, his openness, and his genuine demeanor. When a position opened up in the Northview Heights Public Safety Center, I immediately thought of Calvin. This position would provide him greater access to the residents of the North Side and the ability to make a difference. Calvin jumped at that opportunity and quickly developed trusting relationships with the residents and the Northview Heights team. Sometimes we as police officers underestimate what our presence, our words, and our actions can mean to those around us. Calvin never took that power for granted. Shortly after Calvin's death, a man came to Zone 1 with some food and a story about the difference Calvin made in his life. The man shared that he and Calvin spoke daily during Calvin's shift in Northview Heights. The man said that over the course of many discussions, he confided in Calvin about some personal troubles, including the feeling that his marriage was headed towards divorce. He said Calvin listened to him and provided advice and counsel. The man then looked at me and with his face full of emotion said, "Those talks with Calvin saved my marriage." Although not a traditional police story, it exemplifies the true nature of Calvin in policing, the ability to listen, care, and help, however needed. Calvin was many things to many people: fiance, son, brother, uncle, friend, police officer, partner. But to all of you sitting here today, let's remember his most important role. Calvin was a difference maker. He will be missed by all.